Hey Libra, I'm back with your card, so let's get started. The underlying theme or the overarching energy for this month is the Star card upright. This is a hopeful card. It is a major arcana. It is the 17th card of the major arcana. 1 plus 7 is 8, and you are having this full moon in Taurus in your 8th house. So it could feel like a very hopeful time for you during this full moon period, which is beautiful. It's going to be the closest supermoon in the last 70 years. So, pretty big deal. Get out there and enjoy it if you can. The star represents the zodiac sign of Aquarius because it shows the water bringer right here, or the water bearer. You have Mars moving into Aquarius in your 5th house, so you may be feeling hopeful in that area of your creation, your romance area. If you're trying to have children, it might be a hopeful time for that as well. It may just feel like a magical time in your pleasure seeking and yeah. The only thing I would say is that because it's a full moon and there's the water bearer, water bringer here, watch out for your drinking around the full moon. If you are a drinker or any other substances that you may use, it seems like you may go overboard just a little bit. But that 17 reduces to an 8. That covers your 8th house. The 8th house is where that full moon is happening. The 8th house covers the Scorpio-ruled house. You may be dealing with a Scorpio. Life, death, rebirth, that cycle, basic or primal instincts. It also covers transformation, metamorphosis, regeneration. It covers sexuality, and other people's money. So, might be a really fortuitous time for you and your partner if you're looking to make babies or at least practice making them. That's what I like to call it anyways. Now, the first in your top 3 for clarity is the 2 of Wands, upright. This is always, whenever I see this card, the song Should I Stay or Should I Go is in my head. This could involve travel because he's got the globe right here. If you are someone that is of the mystical sorts, it could also be scrying. If you know what that means, then no further explanation is needed. If you don't know what that is, then it doesn't apply to you. So the 2 represents your 2nd house, and that's where the sun is starting out in Scorpio. And that's your house of values, possessions, earning ability, self-esteem. Anything that you could point at and say mine would probably qualify as the 2nd house. The wands represent fire sign energy, and the fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So it could involve someone that has that sign. It could be their sun, their moon, or their rising sign. This is a choice card. It seems like one choice is preferred to the other. This one doesn't have any attention being paid to it. His back is turned to it. For some of you, it may be that this full moon illuminate, and I'm looking at this because of the rest of the cards. I'll show them to you. But the feeling that I got while looking at what I've said so far is that it could be that you or your partner is possibly being found out where they've been talking to somebody else or interacting with somebody else. Because of this Should I Stay or Should I Go, that song being in my head, that's the feeling I get when I look at this card. It being with your values, your possessions. I mean, relationships, you don't own people, but my boyfriend, my girlfriend, my fiance, my wife, my husband, my child, my dog. You get what I'm saying. It applies. The second card is the Page of Swords upright, and this is someone who is a truth seeker. This is someone who is, pardon my French, but cutting through the bullshit. May not fully have their head out of the clouds yet, but they're getting a sense of what's going on. It's like this Neptune going direct is going to help pull the fog away. The sword signs are air signs, and the air signs are Gemini, Libra, and you are a Libra and Aquarius, and this is the Aquarius card. So could be involving you, could be involving someone else, or it could be involving someone wanting to know the truth of a situation and asking you, or you asking someone about it. The way that the cards are laid out, it's like this Knight of Swords knows what's going on and has kind of... They're going to catch this Two of Wands individual off guard by asking about it. They're not seeing it coming. Does that make sense? And this card has got a lot of gray to the background. It's like they're in fog right now. They don't know which way to go. But this character, this Page of Swords, and this person, I mean, they're a truth seeker. They, very rational, very logical, not very emotional, like emotional, like crying. It doesn't mean that they don't get upset, but they deal with it in different ways. Or it possibly being an argument about somebody thinking somebody's cheating. I'm getting a lot of that this month for the full moon portion. It's like you're finding the hidden treasure, and truth is a treasure. Now, the truth can hurt too, but it's like finding out things being illuminated, things coming to the surface, things becoming clearer, you know? And you can kind of see in the illustration of this card that he's kind of got clouds and fog all in the background. He's in the forefront, but, you know, this cloud being up next to his head represents there still being not total clarity. But that's how I see this person coming to the page, or to the Two of Wands, saying, what's going on here? That's literally what I'm seeing play out in front of these three cards. It's like things are going great. Somebody decide, you know, yeah, this could just apply for one person, and I'm sorry if that's the case, but I've got to bring it out because that's what I'm feeling. It's like you go out around the full moon and there's a lot of drinking, and either something is said or something is done, and it sends off red flags, and that's what these little birds, it's like the chatter in the head of what if, and this person can't take it anymore. They're going to ask, what the hell's going on? I've got a sixth sense. I've got a feeling. My intuition is saying this. The final card, and the reason all of that feels like that is because of this guy right here. This is the Devil card. This is the 15th card of the Major Arcana. 1 + 5 is 6, and that speaks to the Virgo-ruled house of work and health, or the competency and skills that you bring to the services that you provide. So, and it's a bit, the background of the card is black. I want to remind you that it is always darkest before dawn, and that this too shall pass, whatever it is. Now, the Devil as a Major Arcana card represents Capricorn, and we have Venus moving into Capricorn in your 4th house. Now, this could be an argument at home, possibly. Dealing with this situation I've been talking about, which is why I've said that's what I really see it as. And it could apply to just a very small percentage of y'all, but forewarned is forearmed. If it's not you, it's someone around you, or your partner coming at you, or something to that effect. The Devil card represents, for me, self-imposed limitations. It also represents addiction for me. Like the things that you are chained to, the things that you're bound to, the things that you feel like you can't escape. I can't because ... Insert this guy right here. Neptune, the planet that represents addiction, is going out of the fog in the 6th house. This is the 15th card, 1 plus 6. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Things are going to become clearer about what your addictions have been, or what the addictions of the people around you have been. The devil is most certainly in the details as well. The fact that it's in the upright means that you or the parties involved have in some way actively participated. It's not been something passive that has just been bad luck. It's something that someone has made active decisions and active choices towards. If it was in the reverse, I wouldn't feel so strongly about that. But yeah, I'm not sure why the Star card would come up right. I feel like it should have been in the reverse after the reading as it's played out. But it's the 8th house, and that's where the full moon is taking place. You may be inspired around the full moon. That may be what it is. You may be inspired to come clean. If it's not you, then it's somebody around you, to come clean about what's been going on and where things have not been on the up and up. So I did the math total for this spread. You got the 2 of Wands and the Devil, which is the 15th major arcana. That's 17. And then the 17th card for the Star, that ends up being 34. 3 plus 4 is 7, and that speaks to the Libra ruled house of partnerships, identifications with others, how we identify with others. It also deals with open enemies and counseling. Open enemies are people that you have beef with, that you know about, that you would testify in an open court against, or that you've, like I see it as an argument online on an open forum where people can see what's going on and interact and witness as to what's going on. So there's that. Now, I pulled for you 2 Sacred Rebels Oracle cards. The first is the number 8, which is where the full moon is occurring, and it says, be the hunter, not the hunted. I want you to Google what owl spirit totem symbology means, because there may be messages there for you. But when I see this card, I think that the very first thing I think of is knowledge. Deeper knowledge, the quest for knowledge. And that could also represent this. Whoops. My card was sticking to the little suction cup thing on my tablet stand. The quest for knowledge could be this guy right here as well. But yeah, deeper knowledge. Also, this is about messages, messengers, or messages coming to you. Or possibly somebody checking a messenger and, yeah, there being a problem there. I think that this card also represents seeing beyond appearances, seeing beyond the veil. It's an invitation for you to notice the intuitive impressions that are around you this month. And it's a warning to not fall prey to the illusions in your world. Because clarity is coming. Yes, I'm a Game of Thrones fan. The second card, the second Sacred Rebels Oracle card that I pulled for you, that's a mouthful, is Seeing the True You, which is the 29th card of the Oracle deck. 2 plus 9 is 11. That speaks to your friends, groups, memberships, associations, teams that you belong to. It also speaks to your future wishes, goals, dreams, and bucket list. When I see seeing the true you, the first thing I do is I chuckle because of this little teacup back here. It makes me think of Beauty and the Beast. Mrs. Potts. This card for me is a card of perception. It's a card that speaks to me about self-love and non-judgment. It also speaks to me about a need for solitude, because it's a time of need for reflection, and that reflection can bring clarity, usually through like meditation. But embrace solitude. Don't be afraid of it. That meditation, that reflection is going to bring recognition to the situation and help bring the clarity that you're seeking. That's coming as well. I pulled 2 Healing and Meditation Oracle Day cards, and solitude showed up, and so did prayer. Let's talk about prayer first. Prayer doesn't necessarily have to be based in religion. It can just be thanksgiving. It can be gratitude. It can be appreciation. But that's not knocking religious prayers. Faith is a good thing to have. I'm not going to knock it. The prayer card reads, there are 2 kinds of prayer. One is noble and selfless. The other is driven by the desire for self-gratification. Noble prayer invites surrender, intimacy, and absorption into an ideal that is greater than ourselves. Consider the following, Libra. I embrace humility in preparation for prayer. I am willing to admit my faults and mistakes. May I be granted absolution from the wrongs that I have inflicted upon others. And may those people for whom I pray for be granted health and happiness. The second card that you received is solitude. Getting out in nature might be really good for you right now. I love the idea of yoga on a pier in front of a lake, river, or stream. Solitude reads, unlike loneliness, solitude is desirable, bringing the calm and peace of the mind that are necessary to resolve problems and conflicts. I'm just saying, y'all. There's a synchronicity to these cards being dropped when they drop and how they drop. Find time to be alone with your thoughts and consider the following. I am here in the present, absorbing the air and every breeze. I can immerse myself in the experience, losing my thoughts to the colors of nature. As I become one with my surroundings, I feel their connection with my innermost self. Bathed in calm, I think more clearly. Solitude offers a healing escape from any painful problem. Natural surroundings are the most therapeutic, but you can, with practice, be alone anywhere, even in the crowd. Well, Libra, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you already have, I thank you from the very bottom of my very grateful heart.